right, guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great day so far. A lot to dive into and discuss in today's video. As you guys are probably well aware, the Challenger Circuit number 4 finals have come to an end. We now know our winner. We've also got to make mention of HisWattson and what in the world is actually going on with him right now and Hal's opinion on the matter as well. Also some things coming back into the Apex esports scene. So like I said, a lot to dive into and discuss. If you want to stay up to date with all things inside of the world of ALGS, then of course like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive into what's happening right now. So firstly, wanted to make mention of Furia inside of Oversight Pro Series Block 1. Furia was able to take the dub, and once again, it's not Watson, it's Vaxlon again. Of course, we knew that Vax has been scrimming with them for quite some time. Many assume that maybe, you know, HisWatson's going to retire again. Vax is going to step back in for this roster. It's going to be already there again, just basically getting picked up by Furia. Well, we haven't really like confirmed 100 million% of what's actually going down. All we know is just some weird stuff. And so it seems, according to Imperial Hal, and maybe HisWattson has confirmed it as well on stream, but I just really haven't seen a specific clip or anything that really nails it down. But anyhow, it seems like HisWattson is taking somewhat of a break, which is weird because, you know, we're prepping for LAN, we're getting ready to go for LAN, and, you know, I'm not really sure 100% what's going to happen. I've been trying to talk to people as well about the state of Vaxlon for this, because like, to my understanding, the roster lock is already in place. Vaxlon is not even on the roster as a sub, at least from what I'm seeing, but I have been seeing that they're allowing for emergency subs for LAN, so maybe like that's going to work out in the end anyway. So not 100% sure what's going to happen. Obviously, we've been seeing a lot of teams like TSM's already posted looking for an emergency sub, so it doesn't really seem like they have to be on that Battlefy roster in order to do so. So I'm imagining that's probably the route they go if they do decide to use Vaxlon. And will he be their emergency sub? I would hope so. I mean, golly, the guy's been scrimming with them for some time now. But anyhow, it seems like, according to Hal, that it is a break that's being taken here. And so this was Hal's opinion on the matter. Roll the clip.
Watson is not going to play LAN. He shouldn't be allowed to play LAN. If he's taking a break for however this fucking long and not playing, and he's going to play LAN, that's fucked up, in my opinion. Like, since HisWatson's not practicing with the team, he should not be playing LAN, just because he's on the main roster. Since Vaxlon is actually practicing with the team, he should be the one playing LAN. That's what I'm saying. Bro, Brian, are you okay? Did you just say that practice is
I just want to say you're welcome.
An obligation? Bro, if you think that practice is not an obligation, you are fucking stupid. You are fucking stupid. There's no way you're a real human being to think that practice is not an obligation going into LAN. Listen, there's a fine line when it comes to practicing. If you have personal shit going on that is obviously like more important, obviously there's a fine line of what's important and what's not, then practice is not that important. But if you're just talking about in general, practicing is an obligation, especially when you're under contract. You're under contract and getting paid to compete. If you're not practicing, you're technically breaching your contract.
I'll go grab this one
as a professional.
Now after that, we had Block 2, which is Group A versus Group B, and lo and behold, the champion of this one was Moist Esports, or now known as Charlie's Angels. Really love this team name, by the way, but Croto really cooked this one up. I think he posted this a couple of days ago, but Charlie's Angels is a really fitting name. They seem to be really happy with Moist Esports overall anyways. But of course, Charlie's Angels is MT, Waltzy, and Guild. They were able to win in Block 2. It was Aurora in second, Dark Zero in third. Very interesting to see how this stuff is going to correlate to LAN. A lot of these teams that sadly weren't playing again. You had another 18 game or 18 team set here. So, you know, you never really know how serious to take it. But as we approach LAN, I'm sure these things will get a lot more serious. Now, let's talk about Challenger Circuit number 4. Finals are in the books, and now this one was a very tight race. We had really close leaderboards here, but it was eternal to take it in the end. This is going to be Viz, Sang, and Thalys. Now Thalys is a former Pro League player with Ape Gang. Sadly, before Ape Gang started their Pro League session here, Thalys actually departed from this roster, so we didn't actually get to see him play. Viz is someone you guys are well aware of, and probably Sang as well. But Eternal is a very talented roster. No surprise here that they were able to do good. I guess obviously to win, you know, I don't know if everybody had Eternal to win this, but they did only win by 1 point. It was Team Weave in second place. Weave is another well-known team inside of the Challengers scene, and obviously there's a lot of beef that we discussed in the last couple of days with Riley and Casual Gaming and such, but really good, and those guys were so close to taking the dub. And honestly, I want to say if they had one more point that maybe it would have went to them. I know it goes based off, I think, placement first and then like your biggest game, but considering they had more kills than Eternal, maybe they did have a bigger game. And so if it went to a tie, maybe Weave would have won, but sadly they were off by 1 point. Then the Stallions in third place again. I believe this is like the second top 5 that they've had back-to-back inside of Challenger Circuit. And of course, this is Mac's team, and Mac once again really shining very, very well. Most damage, most kills. This is this is a new type of Alberlelli we've been seeing over here in Challengers. And honestly, with the rate that he's playing at, I think he will find himself back into the Pro League just by way of Pro League qualifier. You know, there's so many ways to get involved now, and so I'm very excited to see all these Challenger Circuit teams and which one make it to Pro League. Obviously, winning the actual Challenger Circuit is not the same as winning the PSQ. PSQ got you right into the Pro League. Challenger Circuit wins are going to get you into the Pro League qualifier, and you're going to have to win that or obviously do well enough in order to get into the Pro League there. So you also had Status Quo in 4th place. You had NGNL inside of 5th place, which was J Trips. Those guys played pretty well in that very last game there. CCE, obviously another very well-known team. ICBM, no name, the winner of last week in the top 10. But yeah, sadly, you know, Team Redeem did not do as good as I was hoping they would. Obviously rooting for those guys, just well-known players in the scene. Puck Yeah Bud also is another team that made it into the finals last week. Really good talent over on this roster that many of us all know pretty well, but sadly did not have the performance they were looking for either. But nonetheless, props to Eternal. Viz, Sang, and Thalos are very great players, and we all know them if you've been watching this scene at all for the last couple of months. Now, just to explain and clarify really quick, there's a lot of confusion about who's going where. We'll have a full article about every single team getting involved into the Pro League qualifier, but I'll sum it up for you really quickly right here. Basically, there was supposed to be a guaranteed spot for every team that won a Challenger Circuit, right? However, it kind of was at the same time. It didn't really matter. It was all about the points. So the top 2 in overall Challenger Circuit points are going to winners bracket round 2. They were automatically given that bypass of winners bracket round 1. The bottom 8 teams from Pro League that got relegated out of Pro League are also going into winners bracket round 2, so they get that bye. So that's 10 teams, and of course that's how that's how tournaments work in Apex. The top 10 in each game of 20 keeps going on. The top teams advance, and so the teams that got 3rd place through 22nd place of Challenger Circuit in the overall points, those guys are going to winners bracket round 1. Obviously that's a full 20 squads there. So if you want to take a look at all of these teams, here you have it. Team Penis obviously was the Challenger Circuit 1 winner, but because they forfeited their spot and gave it up for the sake of the Pro League spot, which was Team Skirt, who got relegated from Pro League, they didn't have to worry about getting top 2 here in order to get the bypass. Because they chose the Pro League spot that they were given, they went with that because it automatically gave them the bypass, if that makes any sense. So that means there is no Challenger Circuit number 1 winner. It doesn't go to 2nd place or anything like that. So that means that all that matters is the 3 winners and then top 22. But because all 3 winners were in the top 22, there is no outsider coming in. So basically this leaderboard that you see right here is what you get. So Ping Wingman, Unleashed, Brown Boys, Tripods, Board, Status Quo, NGNL, Weave, Puck Yeah Bud, No Name, Redeem, ICBM, LMAO, Cactus, Coolin, Stallions, Beer Goats, Womp Womp, No Limits, Casual Gaming, Eternal, and CCE. Now, this is not Eternal's Pro League team, of course. This is their Challenger Circuit team, I guess you should say. But CCE and Eternal will be the 2 that are actually going. Apparently, from my understanding, they will be the ones that are going into the bypass round of the Pro League qualifier. So good on them. But I was speaking with one of these players, the Tripods specifically, and they said it was all about the points. That's what everybody was fighting for. It wasn't even really about the wins. It was more so about the top 2 points. So that's what really matters. And then of course, those are your top 2 teams getting the bypass. Then you have the bottom 8 teams from Pro League that are getting the bypass. So what exactly does that look like? And obviously you have our standings here, and so those bottom 8 would be Meat Lovers, DNO, FaZe, Oversleepers, Empire, Skirt, Evolution, and Temper. Now of course some of these rosters are making some updates and some changes, so it'll be very interesting to see how all of this stuff goes down. But that's for the Pro League qualifier to take place in a short amount of time. Let me know what you guys are thinking though about the Challenger Circuit and the format they have. I felt like it was kind of confusing, but hopefully that just cleared it up quite a bit for you. Also wanted to mention Realm is coming back into ALGS, or the Apex esports scene, once again. Now of course we've been talking about this, but we didn't know when it was going to happen. Realm had kind of already confirmed that they were coming back, but like at what point, right? At what, like, when's the announcement? When's the specific date? They did come out to say, K-Swinny basically said, I legit feel like 80% of the server is cheating every single ranked game. Realm needs to come back. and they said we will return after the next LAN. So after Split 1 playoff, Realm is going to return. It's going to be very exciting to see, once again, all the content that comes out of this, all these semi-pro players, all these casual CC players, Challenger Circuit players getting involved in with the pro scene. It's going to be very good content nonetheless. And obviously when there's money on the line, you love to have conversations, and it's actually something to look at with some level of degree. Now, also want to make mention, I'm saying a whole lot of nothing tonight, but LG Hundreds made an announcement earlier today. You guys probably know he's been involved with the Spire Academy for quite some time, but he did post earlier today that their Apex roster is graduating, and so he's exploring some options, primarily looking to coach a pro league team. And I guarantee you, I'll make your team a lot more insane. You will see immediate results. So this guy's obviously making some changes inside of his realm of Apex Legends esports as well. He's a very renowned player, coach, guy who's been involved for some time. Love to see it. Then also, lastly, just as we wrap the video up, we'll let you guys know something that we'll be talking about more on our main channel. Hacking. Seems like a lot of Apex pros, specifically over in the APAC region, are posting that their accounts are getting hacked, and this is specifically to their EA accounts. So looks like a lot of players in Asia are getting their accounts hacked, including Apex casters and former ALGS players as well. So we'll follow this story a little bit more close on our main channel. If you guys want to go check it out, down in the description below. If you guys want to stay up to date with all things inside of the world of Apex Legends esports, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.